Snap, yeah, okay. That does look a lot like the shot.
So this fence is now. This fence is now.
So this week's vlog is a very different one. I want to tell you a story about a gate in the Lake District that has had Suze and I puzzled for the best part of a decade. Early in our relationship, Suze and I carved our name in a gate somewhere in the Lake District on one of our many trips that we took to the area. Wait there for 1 second. We are in no way condoning defacing public property, but we were young, we were in love, and it happened. But anyway, as a few years passed, we kind of mused as to where that location was, because we'd completely forgotten where we were at the time we did it and whether we'd actually ever see the gate again. So casually we started looking for it. We started looking at car parks in the Lake District that we often went to see if it kind of rang a bell. We started searching on Google Maps. We went round the edges of all our favourite lakes that we visited, Coniston, Ullswater, Windermere, to see if we could find anywhere that kind of fit the bill. But we could never find anything that matched. A few weeks back, Suze was doing a bit of a spring clean and came across an album. This album. The album was from 2007 and contained a load of photographs from a trip that we took in the Lake District. But there were 3 super important photographs from that trip. The carving in the gate that we'd been looking for so long, a really crappy photograph across the lake next to where the gate was, and a shot of me looking unbelievably trendy. Just shut up. I was younger, it was the early 2000s, I thought I looked cool. Maybe I didn't. But in my hand were the keys that I used to carve our names on the gate. So this gave us a massive clue, especially the picture of the hill on the other side of the lake. So we went back to Google Maps and started to trawl the area to see if we could find anything on the street view. Still, nothing. I even drew a map of how I thought I remembered the location. So from my recollection, there was a car park and you walked down a path on the right hand side, crossed over some kind of structure or to the entrance of some kind of structure, either a waterway, a walkway, but there was something that went under the car park, across into some trees with a stream, down to the front of the water, and then across to the right hand side, and the gate was somewhere along there. That's what I've had kind of stuck in my head as to how it looked. We just didn't know the location. Fast forward to last week in Easter half term, when we went to the lakes for a few days with the kids. We went to Buttermere, we hung out in Keswick, and on the last day we headed from Keswick down towards Grasmere. And while driving down, we passed a lake that we'd never looked at before when trying to find the gate, Thirlmere. And as we passed, something looked really familiar. So I asked Suze to get a really quick shot out of the car of the hill that was opposite the lake that we were passing. So when we looked at the photograph against the original really crappy photograph, we noticed some real similarities. So we went back on Google Maps to take a look one final time at the car park and of the hill in the background. So the tall trees on the left hand side, the weird wedge of trees, the crest of the hill, the dip towards the centre of the image, they all matched. And I think we found our location. So we need to go on a 3-hour round trip back to the lakes just to see if we can find a gate. Now, I'm pretty sure it's the location. We're not sure if the gate's even there anymore. We're talking, it was 2007, so we're talking like nearly 20 years ago. So the chances are the gate may not even be there, but we absolutely have to go back. 1, to see if it is the right location, and 2, to see if it's still there.
where we think it is. And not only have we travelled an hour and a half to get here to just look at a gate that might not even be there and then travel back, also had to pay £4 for a car park for what will be probably 20 minutes. Susan's here. This is my wife. Nervous. I don't know why I'm nervous. I know, but I really want it to be there, but I can't help but think that they've just replaced it or whatever. Don't know. We'll find out. From my really dodgy map drawing, that's the tunnel right there. I don't know what it was, whether it was like a walkway or a waterway or something. But yeah, you come from that side across and then down to a wooded area, kind of.
You don't think of it?
Which is down there, which I remember being a damn sight more open and a lot closer.
So mine was more closed off. There's like a little bit where you like skim stones, whatever, and then you go into the enclosed wood bit, but you can still see the water through the trees.
Well, there's definitely water there. I can hear the water, so there's definitely water.
I just don't know why we would have just.
Can you imagine if this just isn't the place at all, and we've dragged our asses back to the Lake District?
Right, I wanted to find it.
Yeah, so that's the
fact that you found
that's the hill there.
Blurry photo.
Yeah, so it was some
Matched it up.
awful photograph. But I just
awful because I was in the back seat through tinted windows while we were moving.
I know. I meant the original one.
Oh, right.
The original one was shocking.
That was bad.
Don't judge us on our photography skills from 2007 because it was absolutely awful. But yeah, we drove past this and I thought, my God, that looks a lot like it. And it turns out, potentially it is. It might not be. So I don't remember it being this steep though.
We were younger then though.
Yeah. So yeah, I think you come down to the front and then walk across. I've got to be honest. I've got to be honest. Now we're here, I'm having real second thoughts as to whether this is actually it. You know, maybe this is just a stop off that we did randomly. But it has to be because in the photo album it matches up. It was the same day. I don't know. We could have just wasted 3 hours of our lives coming back to a place that we stopped off at once in 2007 but didn't vandalise a gate. Well, I'll have to see. We'll keep you informed. But this isn't a good sign. The fact that the gate's all right, but there's lots of new timber and fencing. So whether this gate, again, even if we're in the right location, whether this gate is still going to be here or not, I have no idea. But I've got to be honest, this does not look familiar in the slightest. So this looks a lot like what I thought it was. We walked a bit of the way down here and then we went to the water's edge, which is just there, to get some photographs. I swear, is it not from that mound over there? Like there-ish. I swear we came with Barry, Jade,
because it was on
Callum.
holiday in that album where we were on our own. Telling you now.
But this does look
Oh, see, it's going up though.
like the path.
Oh, there's an arrow here. Left or right, my friends.
Oh man.
I'm going this way.
Do you want me to go this way?
That would be good in theory, but there's only one phone between us. So if I get lost, I can't reach it.
This way it is. This does look like the route.
I've just
Given
been
the choice, I would have taken.
Because that's really sparse. Okay, this is more what I had in my head. Because you're in the woods bit now.
Into the thick of it.
And you need the water.
Water.
In the water.
Oh, snap, yeah, okay. That does look a lot like the shot.
So there's fences now. There's fences now. But there's no gate.
Oh, no way.
Right, this feels more like it would be here.
Oh, for the love of God, that's going to be it though, do you reckon?
No, it's not. It was a tiny gate. It wasn't a big gate, was it?
That's definitely it. That's going to be it. 100% that's going to be it. Oh, god damn, we'll carry on walking, but I'm pretty convinced that's where it would have been.
No.
Absolutely
You need
wounded.
to get to see if it was a big gate or something, because these look new-ish.
Right, we'll carry on walking, but I'm pretty sure that was it. What an absolute anticlimax this will be if that was it. So we've had a walk up that path, and I'm pretty convinced this is it. The background looks similar to the one we were on. We're thinking this tree here is actually the small one on the left of the picture. But yeah, the gate would have been there.
I'm
Sad
sad.
face. At least we found where it was.
We think.
Was being the operative word. Well, no, Susie's convinced that
I just wanted
maybe
to
there's a
see
magical
it.
path.
The romantical part of me just wanted to believe that it would still be there, and we could take the pictures side by side. And however many years later, because I can't do the math right now.
All the kids out there, romantical, not a word, just
It
made
might.
up. Yeah, but at least it's answered the question
Of where it is.
of where it was. Now isn't. Probably burnt in some fire pit somewhere. Much like
No.
our love from 2007 is just a distant memory now. And
Now
it's
we just tolerate each other.
yeah, mostly. But yeah, so we've answered the question. We've got an answer. This is 100% the place in my eyes. The bit under the car park, the initial walking past the tunnel was right. The photo matches up with the hill over there, and that gate post is exactly what I had in mind as to where the gate was. So I'm happy we've done that. It would have been lovely. It is. It's a beautiful day out. Gorgeous stay. Nice walk. It would have been lovely to have the gate there.
But it'll always be there in our hearts.
That's true.
Or a really bad photo.
That is true. So, what a complete waste of 3 hours driving. But there is some solace in the fact that we wasted your time too. So, thanks for watching this far. But next week we will be back with a vlog with actual weddings, 2 in fact. So thanks for watching so far, and we'll see you next week.
Now a word from our sponsors.